do you guys remember? Do you remember the first time we ever hung out socially, like not at work?
I do.
The three of us.
Yeah, duh, I totally remember.
Right, yes, you dancing on stage. And then, you see, you don't even remember.
Here's what's great. Okay, so it
no, I do. I'm sorry, go ahead, yeah.
Well, we did we had one of our G&O scenes.
Yeah, and this was between scenes. We were at a table, and it was us three, actually. I don't know why we were talking, because she invited us to the show.
Yeah, you invited us to go and see you perform. You were back
as
dancing.
Backup dancing. And you wore a horrible leotard and pink tights, which you really fashioned quite nicely.
No, I think I wore... Wait, I think you guys are actually being too nice. I think I actually wore a nude bra and nude panties, which were horrible.
You looked
First
amazing.
off, you looked amazing.
There's no way I could have pulled that
We were
off.
talking about your butt the whole
time.
And how amazing your butt looked in
and then how that you could wear that outfit.
And then Nastia went to it,
Nastia
too.
was there
We were
as
all
well.
like saying how hot you looked and how we could never wear that, but you pulled it off.
And you were just dancing up there in that ugly leotard, and we were like,
shut the hell up!
How is that possible that she could
do that?
Do that.
But this is what was really cool, because that was the first time we had hung out too.
Yeah.
And you invited us, and a lot of times,
I didn't know that.
You know, people on Light will get invited, but nobody does anything.
Yeah, or they'll say, let's hang out, but then you actually don't hang out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she called me and said, would you like to go to Kimberly's thing? And I said yes, and we actually went.
And then we went, and we thought it was so cool because, listen, you've been on this show forever. People know you, and that's one of the things that we loved about you is that you are creative and express, and you're so down to earth. Yeah. And we're like, check her out. I mean, she's like backup dancing for someone.
In a terrible...
Okay, we got it. We got it.
So
I had a horrible leotard on.
No.
Have you guys ever made like a close friend like this on another job?
Well, funny enough, on Port Charles, it's where I met Kiko.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's family to me now. So, but that hasn't really happened to me a lot. So I met Kiko on that job, and then that's what I say is so unique about
this GH experience.
This whole GH and we did the night shift is I've never, and I always use the term falling in love, because I genuinely fell in love with you guys and made family. Yeah. Not just friends, but like family. Did you decide that you wanted to like open up, or did it just happen for you, or what?
Yeah, how did... Because I know you're protective.
And even before we all... I'm sorry, you invited me to something. I don't know if you remember this, but like there was a time we went to the mall where you were giving me some advice.
Oh, yes. Yes. I do. We were at the food court.
And you were like, girl.
We were straight up at the food court.
At the food court. And then you probably don't remember this one, but we went to dinner once with a friend of mine and like Sprague and Vanessa, my friend.
Yes.
Do you remember like I don't know, it was in Venice or something, I think. But I find it interesting that you say that because you seemed open.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that I was really good at, like having acquaintances, but not really letting it get past a certain point.
Right.
But there was something about the both of you and Sonia, too, that I kind of let be a part of my life. And then also, I think that the friendship on the show kind of helped facilitate that.
Yeah.
But I think more than anything, it was just like, now I'm an adult. Like, now I have nothing to be afraid of. Like, what am I afraid of? You know, you're awesome women, and you're very honest, and you're not, I don't know. I think the thing that I was worried about with other actresses was that competitive thing, because I'm not competitive, and that would always just make me feel weird and kind of gross. And I just never felt that with you guys, ever.
No, we're all pretty girl power, support each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last time I pole danced, it was...
That's what I was going to tell. Can you tell us that story really quick?
Yeah, please, tell everyone.
Come on, it's such a good story.
Here we go.
Oh, no!
Tell us!
Okay, well, I'm a dancer, so when I heard that Kimberly was going to be teaching us pole tricks, she has a pole at her house, I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. I'll just have her teach me something that's dance-like, with flexibility or something. I'll be able to do it. So she did a few things, and I noticed there was one thing she did where, if this is the pole, she just went up, and then she opened her legs, and all she did was she just slid down like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, splits are easy for me. Piece of cake. So meanwhile, her friends are like, okay, Minna, it's your turn. Kimberly leaves to get our camera or something, so my coach is gone. I'm wearing a dress with no little shorts on, just panties.
Thank God.
But I won't wear it without panties.
Yeah, we'll go on.
But because they were all women, I didn't think it was a big deal to show my panties.
Right.
So everyone's like, go, Minna, go. So I climbed up, and I felt really good, and I opened my legs, and I did full-on splits, and I was like, all I need to do now is just slide down. So I got down about a foot and a half. I felt good. But then all of a sudden, as I was going down, I heard...
And we all heard.
And what that was my panty had moved, had moved over a little bit. And so my crotch, I don't want to say the word, but I got... No, I didn't. I got crotch burn is what I would say.
Yes.
I got crotch burn from the friction of the metal pole against my skin.
Sorry. Yeah. And I missed it. That's what sucked. I came back and everyone was laughing so hard.
Oh, rolling on the floor.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was walking like a cowboy. You know how they walk with their legs open like this? Bow-legged?
I remember when I first saw a scene when you were like walking towards someone in the hub and you were taking your shirt off. Do you remember that? It was like a fantasy.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, and I remember thinking like, oh my God, like I'm gonna live my whole life and I'm never gonna be that sexy. Like I'm never gonna know what it's like to do that.
Yeah, you're
like
so sexy.
you got the look. I seriously was like, whoa, like
you got the look too, Kimberly.
No, you know how to work it.
Yeah.
Only if I dance, then I can like. But
your little pants.
If I dance, I can do it. But it was like you were in front of the camera and you were just like working it, and I was so like proud. I was like, oh my God, that's my friend.
Yeah,
that's my friend.
She's a sexy cat.
I feel like we're kindred spirits. Like there's something in you and the way you see the world and the type of person you want to be and how you support other women. That is attractive to me and that I love. And I think we all kind of share that. And
absolutely
we get each other in that way.